Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Happy Wednesday.
No voice.
Welcome. I know it's going. Welcome to Bella Crafts Live. I think it's just because I was so tired. I don't know. Who knows with me? It's always something, but I can still talk. So there we go.
You can.
And look, everybody, Anne is here. Wrong way. Wait. Yeah,
Hi,
there we
everyone.
go.
I am here.
Yeah. Hi, Kelly.
Hey,
She is.
Kelly.
She is absolutely been busy, busy, busy. Well, I've been telling you guys what she's been doing because she's been gone and just so super busy. Getting ready for, well,
I
right now, just
know. I have.
a little bit of vacation, but Anne never actually goes on vacation. She may leave her house, but she brings the computer.
So we came, and I brought my laptop, and I brought my city laptop. I brought all the things. I brought a big screen. We had to go buy a printer, another printer. Because I need a print. Well, I thought I could get by without a printer.
Yep.
And then it was like, oh my God, it's hard to test things that you're creating if you can't print them out.
Yes, 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 yes.
So yes, another printer.
Yeah, that just cracked me up. That just cracked me up because I told her for years when we would go down to the beach, I had an HB printer and was huge. And every single year I drug that thing with me. And Rich is like, do we really have to take this? Because it takes up so much room. I got to have the printer, But finally I was like, yeah, I got to figure out something else because this isn't working for me.
I have gone 5 years without using a printer when we come down here.
I know, right?
So I thought, yeah, no big deal. I was almost going to bring my little tiny label printer just because I knew I had to ship some stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't bring it. And then, the other day it was like, better just go buy one.
Oh, I know.
It's not as big as my other. I mean, it's a nice size and it's full size, but it helps immensely when I'm working. I'm a paper kind of girl, even though we do digital. I like to see things and cross things off. So
I still can't do a to-do list on my phone. I just, I'll set reminders on my phone, but I can't do a to-do list. I'm always like, I got to write everything down. That's so old school,
I have Post-it notes all over this table.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. Oh, you should have seen. Yeah, my studio was a disaster area. Actually, what I did, I told Anne last night, what I did was I went outside and out in the garage and I got a box and I just threw everything in that box and I just said, I will deal with it when I'm done with my life.
We never do.
I'm
just kidding.
It was everywhere. It was everywhere. I mean, there was stuff yeah. Anyways. So look at all you guys watching on YouTube.
Hi, everybody.
And look at you all popping in.
Yeah, really hard to get by without a printer.
Yeah.
Thank you, Becca. I missed all of you too. It's been a few weeks.
It has. It has. You just went really blurry.
Did I?
Yeah.
The internet here is not that great.
We
have found out because I called Lisa the other day. I'm like, I can't upload the pictures to the website. And then suddenly they went, but I had been trying for 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
They kept saying they were too large. So I kept editing them. And I thought, these are so tiny, but my husband, he works remote when we're down here and he's been having issues with the internet. And then our son, one of our sons, he called us and video chatted with us and he said, you should have had this. And he lifts up Starlink. It had just came to his house 2 days after we left.
Yeah.
So next time we will have that with us. So the internet connection will be good. Becca, no, I am in Texas. I'm on South Padre Island. Florida would be awesome because it's not warmer there right now, but since mom passed, Texas
Yeah.
is good. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no reason for you to go into Florida now.
No.
You're good where you are. Yeah. And she's been busy working on the Bellicon event. Holy smokes. Oh,
Yes.
so much to share with you guys.
Yeah, we'll share that after Lisa's project. We were going to do 2 lives today, so we could do the Bellicon separately, but we decided we're here, we'll just do one. And it's really weird because y'all know that I probably work too much. But when my husband is here and he works remote, I mean, he's working for his company, so it's like 9 o'clock break, 15 minutes, 12 o'clock lunch, half hour, 2:30 break. And I'm not used to stopping.
Yes. That's hard.
But it's wonderful because we actually, I don't know if you can see, it's beautiful here, and we just go walking. And we go walking on the beach, and it's quite lovely, and I enjoy it. And I told him, when we get back home, you'll have to call me every time you take a break, so I get up and step away from the computer. Otherwise, I'm here.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly. Yeah. Michael and my son and I were talking about computers because I got a new one before Christmas, and I was like, I bought 5 years ago, I bought my Mac. I should, and Michael was like, Mom, you are on that computer all the time. Yeah, because my son's a computer expert. So it's like, well, that's just besides the point. It should be keeping up with me. It's like, yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. So whatever.
No.
Okay, so let's get busy and we will get to crafting. Let me show you real quick what we're doing today. It's a very quick and easy card, but it's
so pretty.
So pretty. The color, I just love it. I love it. Actually, this, you know what, Anne? This color palette is our spring issue.
It is.
Because I have the cards sitting on my desk. That's what inspired me to use these colors. So these are all from Gina K and her beautiful inks.
Do you know what they remind me of also?
Huh.
My very first set of inks with Clear Snap. Those are the colors.
That's right. These were the colors.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
These were I'm really having issues with my which way I'm going today. All right. So this is what we are creating today, guys. It's quick, it's easy, but it's so pretty and fun. So let's get to it.
Okay. Well, she is switching her camera. I want to say thank you, Becca. Thank you, Isabel. Yeah, I still reached out to call my mom. It won't ever go away. I remember my dad's been gone over 20 years, and so has my sister, and I still there are times, but when it's so fresh, because mom passed in September, so I still reach for her. Okay, I am going to enlarge the screen so we can see everything Lisa is doing. Hey, you got a new mat.
I did.
Yeah,
I did. That was during one of those Michael trips that I was telling you.
I was going to say, it wasn't during one of your shopping sprees.
Yeah. Okay. So again, this is what we're creating. It's super fun. And it's so easy. Embossing folder, and some pretty inks, and you're good to go. So let me show you real quick what we're working with today. And pull out all of my stuff here to the side. All right, let me get all this stuff out. All right, so this is the embossing folder that we're using today. This is a Sizzix embossing folder. And I can't remember what it's called, but I will put it in the links for the blog post. You guys know I do all of that. So you'll have all the information that you need to find everything. And then, of course, I'm using a whole bunch of Gina's inks. So lots of fun, and some dies to cut things out. Okay, so for this project, we're going to be working on the debossed side. Okay, because when you're using a embossing folder, okay, you're going to get one side that is the embossed side, if you guys can see that, and then you're going to get the other side that is de-embossed. Okay, so this is the side that we're working with today. All right, so we're going to start. Let me grab my ink pads here. And when I say we got a lot of ink pads going on, we have a whole lot of ink pads going on. All right, so the colors for the ink pads, I'll tell you real quick. I use the Wild Dandelion. This one is Lucky Clover. This one is Bubblegum Pink. And then we have Blue Raspberry. And then also Wild Wisteria. So we got every color covered. All right. So we're just going to start by adding color to our base. Okay, so what you're going to do is you take your cardstock. I always recommend when you're using embossing folders, use a heavier cardstock. I have a 110 weight, so it just makes it easier, and you don't have to necessarily spray it with water if you're using a heavier cardstock. If you have a lighter cardstock, you might want to just mist your cardstock just a tiny bit, to cover it until, and then stick it in your embossing folder and run it through. That way it will help so the paper doesn't tear as easily. But because this is a 110 pound, I didn't have any issues with tearing at all. So wanted to share that with you. So what you're going to do is stick your cardstock in there and then run it through your die cutting machine, whichever one that you have. Okay, and now we're just going to add some fun inks. What I do with, there it is. All right. So we are going to, let's see. And I always like to start with my lighter colors first. And with this, again, there's no rhyme nor reason. You just add ink, wherever you think it looks cute. That's what I think. Just add it wherever you think it's cute. All right, so we're going to start with the yellow, and then we're going to go into the green. And again, I'm just adding some color. And because this is a flower pattern, I'm going to flip this one around. Actually, I did it backwards. Oh, it doesn't really matter, does it? No, it does not. Okay, so I just love, love, love these beautiful colors. And because it's floral, you don't necessarily have to make sure that the green, the leaves are green or the flowers are, a certain color. It doesn't matter for this. We're just doing it as we go. All right, so now we're going to add some pink here. And we'll put some pink up here. And get that pretty color in there. So, so pretty. I love, love, love these colors. It's just so springy to me. All right. So now we're going to come back and we're going to go into some blue here. Now, I didn't say it at the beginning, but the blending tools that I'm using today, the brushes, these are all from Pink and Main. Okay. We love Pink and Main too. All right. So we're going to add some blue here, maybe a little bit down here. And what I like too about this, doing it this way, is you can go into your other colors and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's going to look pretty no matter what. All right. And then we're going to do some purple. And here, let's see. We'll add some over here. And then once you get your color down, stop and take a look. And if you feel like, you need more color here or you need to add something, someplace else, then just go ahead and take your blender brush, go right back in and add some more colors. Okay, so let me see. I think I'm going to add a little bit more pink. We're going to put a little bit more pink, maybe down here a bit. But see, you just go ahead and just do your thing. It's so fun. All right, let's see. Well, that looks pretty good to me. Maybe a little bit more green right there. All right, let's do a little bit more green. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll fill this up here in a little bit more. Okay. And then now you have all of these pretty, pretty colors. I love this. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to do this twice. Okay. Your paper, this paper, and I will have all of the instructions down on the blog and the all the measurements and links and all of that, but I'm just going to tell you real quick. Okay, so we were working with 4 1/4, and I can't remember what this one was. And this is 5 3/4. Okay, so actually you're going to do 2 of these, but your second one doesn't have to be as big. Okay, because you're only going to use a little portion of it, like what I did here. Okay, so you're just going to, like I said, you don't necessarily have to do 2 full pages, because you're just going to use this small amount for the second piece. But you can always save it and cut it up for something more, right? Okay, so this one is going to be 3 by 2.5. Okay. Now we have all of that. So now I'm going to get all of my dice cut stuff out here. Okay, so this was very, very simple. As I said, I used some square dies to create the frames. I did my base here in the white. And then, of course, I did my frames. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. I did my frames in a pattern paper, but I didn't want the pattern paper to take away that much from because you want this to be your focal point, right? So this has just got some really pretty little flowers on it, but it's got all the colors that I'm using. So it worked out perfect for what, for this card. So what you're going to do then, before I start putting this together, let me grab my glue here, because before we do put our frames and stuff on, we are going to first add the ribbon. Okay, so let me make sure that my glue here, I should have done this before, but I forgot. Okay, there we go. This should be good. Yep. All right. So what you're going to do from here then is you're going to take some ribbon. This is 24 inches. Okay. And we're just going to take this and wrap it around. Okay. And I pulled mine down a little bit down closer to the bottom. but of course you can add it wherever you want. And then before I tie it, I go ahead and run just a little bit of glue just right along to keep that ribbon in place. So it makes it so much easier when you're going to tie it and, all of that fun stuff. So we're going to add a little bit more glue here. And as you can see, I'm just eyeballing it. And there we go. I have to lift it to make sure it's straight. Yep. Okay. And then on the back side, I'm going to do the same thing on the back. Just add some glue here. And then that way, that holds your ribbon down and makes it so much easier when you go to tie the bow. Okay, so you want to do this part before you add your frame. Because I added my frame, or I wanted my, whoops, that pulled right up. I did not want my ribbon to go over to the outside of my frame. I wanted it all inside. So now we're just going to tie it here in a bow. We're going to try to tie it here in a bow. I'm still trying to get used to my nails again. All right. So, and then when you do this, you want to pull it off just a tad to the side. Okay. So we tie this up. And then we are ready. Well, maybe we are ready. There we go. Nope. All right. We're going to try this again. Me and my fingers. All right. Come on, you. There you are. Okay. This, to me, these hemostats, if you're wearing nails and you're trying to craft, this is my go-to. My absolute go-to. All right. Come on. There we go. Okay. I didn't actually need them then. All right. So now you got your bow on, and I'll fix it up and make it pretty here in just a sec. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lay our frame down. And this is why I said you want to push your bow off to the side, okay? Because if you don't, you won't be able to get your frame on. So now we're going to start here at the top. And lay this down. There we go. And then as we go along, we'll move our ribbon out a little bit more. Okay. But if you start, like at the top and just glue a little bit at a time, then it's easier to work with. And you don't have to worry about it slipping because you're using glue. So I kind of like to do it like that. It just makes it easier for me. All right. And then we're going to get this up out of the way and add our glue down the other side here. And again, move it. There we go. Okay. And then you're going to finish off by gluing the rest down. All right. So now you've got that first piece down. And we're going to work on the second piece. Okay, so for the second piece, this is, oh, wait. This was the size for the second. I thought that other one looked kind of big when I was looking at it. I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember that that layer being that big, but I was looking at the whole frame. So this piece is going to be 2.5 by 1.25. Okay, so this is going to be your second piece. And then what you're going to do is take the frame that you created here. We die cut this frame out. And I am just going to lay this on first. And then we'll come back and add our color piece. Because I die cut all of these, so it's going to slide right into that piece and it's going to just fit perfect. We hope. But it is me, so you never know what's going to happen when I'm crafting. I think that that might be part of the fun, right? Oh, okay, and then I'm going to take this piece and add some glue to the back of this little puppy. And then we're going to lay that right inside.
You're just too funny.
You got to have fun and you got to love what you do, right? So, and I am both. I'm funny, and I love what I do. All right.
Loving what you do is so important.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so now we're going to stamp our sentiment. So for this, again, I cut out another piece of white cardstock. This is what our sentiment's going to go on. And this piece is 4 by, I think, 1/2 inch. Yes. Okay, so this piece is 4 by 1/2 inch. And I don't want to glue this piece on just yet until I get ready to stamp it. But what I like to do is put this down just so I can kind of see, right? And then, where is my pencil? Oh, wait, I just saw it. There it is. Okay, and I'm going to just lightly put a little mark right here on each side. So that way I'll know when I go to stamp my white piece, I will know where the frame is going to fit. Okay, so for this, we're going to use the Misty. And this actually, I wanted to share a little tip with you guys before I forget. This works perfect when I'm stamping smaller pieces. And I want to make sure that, because sometimes you can't put the magnets on because the piece is so small. So what I like to do is take my AdTech, the removable, and then just add a little swipe there. And then sit it down into your Misty. And then that way it's not going to move. The paper's not going to move. And, you don't have to worry about anything like that. Because as you see, this is, because it is so tiny, it's hard to get a magnet on there. And you don't want this to slip. So there's my tip for the day. All right. So for this, what I was going to tell you is this stamp, it's called Let the Sun Shine In. And this is from a set that is from Michaels. Okay, so just in case, but again, I will put links in and whatnot. Okay, so we're going to take that and ink it with our black ink. And then just go ahead and press down. Oh, and there you go. It's nice and straight. Love it. All right, so now I'm going to get it off the paper here. There we go. See, and if you add just that little bit of tacky removable tape, then, it just pulls right off. So you're not tearing your paper trying to get it, out. Okay, So now what we're going to do is take this other tiny frame that I created. And these were all, okay. So this is the size that I used for this. And again, I'll put all the links in for you. And then for the bigger frame, I used these. So not any, I had a bunch of different rectangle frames. So one set didn't have the exact sizes that I want. So, a good thing I had another set. So this is what I used for the big one. And then this is the one that I used for the small sign or the small piece. Okay. But again, all of that'll be there we go, the blog. Okay, so I'm going to come back in and erase those little dots real quick because we don't want those to show. That would be ugly. And then again, we're going to just take our glue here. And I'm going to start on this end. Make sure I have it straight. I do notice with the white glue, and it might be because I'm so used to using the zip dry, but I have noticed that the white glue does not give you as much wiggle room as what the zip dry does. So I don't know if you guys have had any experiences with it like that, but that's something that I've noticed because when I'm using my zip dry, I can move things around and, and everything before it all sets. And that's just the way I like it. All right. So we pick this up because it's got that adhesive on there. Okay. So now we are ready to put it all together. Okay. So here's our base. And this is going to be I'm trying to remember. Okay, so this is going to be 4 3/4 by 6. Okay, so 4 3/4 by 6. And then you're going to take this piece and we're going to adhere this to the front. So let's flip that over. I'm going to have to retie my bow after all that. All right, so we're just going to add some glue back here. All right, and then lay it down. Okay, come on. There. All right. Let me add a little bit more in these corners here so this doesn't pop. And this too is where normally I would, because it's a bigger piece, I would usually use either my zip dry or my tape runner. Okay. I'm only using this glue just because I forgot to clean out the tip of my other glue and I don't want to take the time to do that. So that's why I'm using the white glue. Normally I would use my zip dry or my tape runner. All right. So got everything on there. Awesome. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to add some strips. Now these are also from Gina K. So I'm just going to add just a couple pieces of the foam tape. Trim off that edge there. Oh, I hear my puppy. She's outside playing. Okay, and then we're going to add another piece. Come on. There we go. We're going to add another piece to our word, or our sentiment, I should say. There we go. And then just pull that off. All right. Now we're going to take these and add these to our card front. I'm such a messy crafter, aren't I? My goodness. Every time I look at the screen, I'm going, oh, I have stuff everywhere. Messy crafter. All right, so we're going to take this piece and I'm just going to kind of slap it down there. It's not really in the middle and it's not really off to, the side. It's kind of just off a little bit to the one side. And then, of course, my bottom piece is going to go down here at the bottom. And we're just going to add this right down here. There we go. Let's move all that out of the way. Okay. And then the last thing that we're going to do is add some fun little flat back. These are resin, just in case you want to know. This is something that I got from Amazon. So that comes in a package that has, I think, 4 different sizes of the flowers. So we're going to put the lavender one. I used pink in my sample, but for now, there we go. We're going to use purple for this one. We're going to switch it up a little bit. Wow, that clogged fast. Holy smokes. Come on. All right. It's going to go ahead and be difficult. I really, every time I use this pen to clean out my glue bottles, I always tell myself I really need to replace this ribbon that I have on the top, because it is like so old and beat up. Look at that, you guys. But my mom was the one that told me, she gave me this technique and she showed me how to do it. So ever since then, I never wanted to replace it because it reminds me of my mom. But yeah, there's a little tidbit for you. All right. So now we've got some glue going. All right. So we're going to add that one right there in the center. And that's going to take some bit to dry. And then I have these 2 tiny little flowers here. And what I did was I just added them right on either side of my sentiment, because I thought they were oh so cute. There we go. And then your bow. And that's it. You're done. So here again is the finished with the bow actually tied. But yeah, just, super easy, but it's a beautiful card. And it actually, all these colors just make me smile. So, you always need to smile, right, guys? We always need to smile. So that's it. Look how cute that is. And again, the colors do not show up as gorgeous as they are on camera. I do not know why. It irritates me to no belief, but these colors are absolutely stunning from Gina. All right. So that's it.
And the card is stunning.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I have a few comments that I'm going to go over while you're switching your camera. Is that a Westcott scissor?
Yes.
Your little one?
Yes.
Okay. So Laura Lee, it's a Westcott scissor, and I know that they're still available at big box stores.
Yep.
like Walmart, and I think I saw it in Michael's. I don't know if the pink and purple are still available, but the traditional orange and gray that they have are.
Yeah.
So, and
I
then
yeah.
I
I've had
know
these forever.
20 years.
Yeah, forever.
No, I know.
But these are my adhesive ones. Anytime when I'm working, I have different scissors for different things,
Yeah,
right?
we have to.
Exactly. So these are my adhesive scissors. So anytime I'm using, any type of adhesive tape, whatever, I use these. If I'm going to, be doing some intimate or not intimate, oh brother,
I don't
intricate
know who
cutting.
she's crafting with.
Yeah, right. Never mind. I'm not going there.
This is a family show.
This is a family show. Okay. But then I use for my intricate cutting,
There you go.
I use what are they called? The yellow ones. Here, I can't remember what they're
This
honeybee.
Oh, honeybee. Yep.
These?
They have them. Yep.
Yeah. I love these too for cutting, when you're doing
Precise.
your cuts.
Yep.
Love it. But yeah. I have actually I'm like really upset about because the big set of scissors that Westcott had
Mhm.
that
I
cut
have
through, right? I've had mine probably as long as you've had yours, and those scissors would cut through anything.
Mhm.
Mine finally just died.
I use mine for fabric only.
Yeah. Well, I haven't. Yeah, I do that stuff too because you got to have scissors for your fabric, or I mean, I don't do a whole lot of fabric stuff, but my mom taught me that years ago. You do
Yes.
not mess around. You do not use paper. You do not cut anything with my sewing scissors.
No.
So that's what I told my kids when I was growing up. You do not touch these because my mom had given me, a pair of those really expensive ones.
Mhm.
I can't remember what they're called now, but they're like $60 or something like that. And I was like, Mom, I don't even use fabric that often, but you need a good fabric scissor. Okay.
Yep, it's true. Dorothy's wondering what kind of glue you put in your bottle. Is it school glue?
No, it is. I think it's Janus glue from Thermoweb.
Okay. Yeah.
That's in the bottle.
The bottles come with two different tips, and one is for the one that I have. It has two different tips. So one is for PVA glue, which is like Gina's, or school glue, similar like that. And then the other one is for a thicker one for gems and stuff. So
right.
Yeah. So
yeah,
but you can put any PVA glue inside there for the paper.
Well, yeah, because with these are just actually they're just needle tops.
Mm-hmm.
And they
work
needles.
Perfect for
and
precise.
I found some that come in a bunch of different sizes and widths and all of that stuff. And I just had this glue bottle and I just stick it in there. So, but I usually only use this for small, intricate little things that I'm adding or whatever. Because I'm so loyal to zip glue. I mean,
you do zip dry, but for anybody who has watched Amanda from Pear Blossom, I mean, she can do full cards with that little tiny thing. She's so fast.
Yeah, she is.
She's why I bought mine.
I know. And I got mine because I got tired of trying to, use my zip dry on those little tiny little things because it comes out and it's so thick, which I love. But
I love.
Yeah, but not when you're, adding little tiny things, embellishments and whatnot to your projects. It's just, it's too thick.
Which is why I use a toothpick in my zip dry. Always have.
I know you use that. I've seen you use even a popsicle stick.
Oh yeah, if I want
that a time or two.
Yeah. So Isabel said she had never thought about working on the deboss side, which is very cool. I mean, just try different things.
I will share with you a technique okay, that you can do when your paper is on the deboss side, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you can do is after you've colored all of your stuff in, okay, you're going to color everything in. And then once you have it all colored, you're going to take a black ink pad, or you can do a white if you want, that white. White would be much prettier on this because of the light colors, but also the black it's stunning to see because it's so black and your colors just pop. But what you do is once you've colored, then you're going to take your black ink pad and you're going to run it across your paper. Okay? And you're just going to do it really light. You don't want to like press it into your paper, because if you do, you're going to get into all of these colors. And you don't want that. You just want it to touch on the pieces that are up.
Well, that
So
would be the embossed side, not the debossed.
Nope. This you can do it on both. But
Okay.
but it looks so much better on the deboss side because I tried both. So
Cool.
it makes the card pop. But I will tell you this, which I learned, and that's why I didn't share that technique, is you need a very, very juicy ink pad. You don't want, like I said, you don't want to press down on that. You want to just run it over to the top of your colored piece, whatever that is. So,
So like a pigment ink, because they're juicy.
Yeah. But even the pigment ink needs to be
Juicy,
inky.
juicy.
Yeah, because I tried mine, and I've had my Gina K now for a million years. So, it's getting dried out a little bit. So, you gotta, yeah, but you really need an ink pad that has a lot of ink for that. And it is stunning. It is very beautiful to see.
Isabel said she'll have to experiment with that. Dorothy said she bought the empty bottles from Michael's and put school glue in them. And school glue works because that's PVA glue, and it works. It works great. It dries clear, and a little goes a long ways.
Yeah, it does. And, I would always, for me, well, you do the same. I always like to go for the less expensive. If I can get a better deal on a product, I would rather use something, less expensive. But this, but sometimes when we have manufacturers that are giving us stuff to work with or whatever, then, we don't have to buy the non-name brand, whatever you want to call it. But it works just as good. Just saying. So Dorothy, you go right ahead, girl. Save that money.
Okay. So we're going to talk about Bellicon.
No, Bellicon.
I'm going to put a link in here for everybody. And this is the link that has all of the instructors. We have 18 instructors this year. So excited. So I'm going to tell you guys, we have Eileen. She's teaching 2 workshops. She's going to be in person because she missed last year because she was on a cruise. So this year she's on her cruise right now. we plan accordingly. And there are a few people I always touch base with when selecting the dates for Bellicon. Eileen is one of them. And last year, her husband planned the cruise after we already had it. And, so we worked out this year. But she will be in person. And then we have Miss Juliana. And Jules she's teaching 1 workshop. But after I go through all the instructors, I'll tell you why she's only teaching 1. She's going to be in person. And we love Jules. Amanda Stevens with Pear Blossom Press. She will be doing 2, but I want to do something special this year. So I am having Some instructors do things together. So Amanda and I are doing a third mini workshop together where I provide something and then she provides something. And of course, she's providing her lights. So
Right.
we're going to do a project together. I'm excited about that.
Fun. Yes. Very fun.
And then we have May May. For those of you that don't know May May, she is fabulous. She is going to do her project remote. Because we can't, everybody can't be there, but I found having Sarah from Germany in the past couple of years, having remote people gives us more of a variety. And May May will be teaching one workshop. Excited about that.
Yes.
We have Chantal Johnson. So Chantal is fabulous. She has been a friend forever. She came to the first 2 in-person Bellicons
Yep.
at Mall of America, where she was an instructor.
Yep.
She couldn't be there last year. This year she's coming. She's going to be in person. 2 years ago she came and she was there for a day and a half. But she's staying the entire time.
Fun.
So I'm so excited about that because actually this is a great time for all of us to be together too. And then next we have Jane Claus. For those of you that don't know Jane, she used to have her own TV show in Arizona, Creative Living. And she is so wonderful and beautiful. And she is teaching remote. And then we have Christy Daughtry. I'm not sure if I ever say that right. She was at the event last year in person. This year she's teaching remote. So she'll do one workshop. And then we have Rebecca Meyer. I mean, we have done an ebook with Rebecca. Rebecca has her own line of rice papers, and she gave away stencils last year in the swag.
Yep.
And she is a fabulous designer, and she is going to show a project that you're going to love. I mean, she had written the description, and I hadn't seen the picture yet because I asked everybody to send pictures and descriptions. Well, when I opened up her picture, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful.
She does beautiful mixed media work.
She does. I mean, it's awesome. So she's going to do remote. Then we have Christy Callahan. Now, most of you might not recognize Christy. Christy, I think Lisa and I met Christy about 15, maybe 20 years ago. She has been in the industry. She worked for many manufacturers, and now she is on her own. She is an artist, and she does paint pourings, and she does gigantic canvases that are in galleries, and she does one of a kind for people. Well, they're all one of a kind because you can't ever repeat.
Yeah, you can't
paint pouring. But she is going to do 2 workshops, and she will be in person. And she's going to share how you can do it smaller until you're comfortable with doing large canvases. And so we're excited to have her. She used to be on a design team that I ran for resin, and she would do the paint pourings with resin.
Oh,
stunning.
The Wizard of Oz piece.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, real quick. She created this Wizard of Oz piece. And, those of you that don't know, I am a huge Wizard of Oz fan. I have one whole room in my house that is nothing but Wizard of Oz stuff on the walls everywhere. But this thing was so gorgeous. I was like, oh my God, you have to let me buy this. And she was like, I would, Lisa, but I can't because I sold it to this company. I was like, no, I wanted it so bad. It was gorgeous. It looked like something. Well, she is professional, but I mean, you know what I mean? It looked like something that, this really never mind, because however I say that, it's not going to come out right. It's a beautiful piece.
Yeah, her work is stunning.
Yeah,
And we've been
work.
keeping in touch over the years, and just watching how some people progress and go with their dreams. And it's so beautiful to see.
It is.
So
It is.
she's going to teach 2 workshops. Next, we have Paulette Jarvie. Sarah Newman usually does a workshop for us, but Sarah couldn't be here this year because she is traveling during the time of the event. And she uses Paulette's Paper Wishes paper line and die line when she does her projects. And Paulette said, hey, I'd love to teach. So she will be teaching 1 workshop remote.
Yes.
And Paulette is so full of so many tips. And
Yes.
I love tips and techniques, you know that. And she just has so much that she shares. So that's going to be a wonderful workshop.
Yeah, Paulette is an icon in our industry.
She is.
She's an icon. Yes, definitely.
Yep. And then we have the hostess with the mostest, Miss Julie McGuffey.
Yeah.
And love Julie. Last year she said, I don't think I'm going to teach this year. I'll just be the hostess, and I'll just,
Yeah.
And she actually did teach like a little tiny mini workshop.
Oh.
And so we talked this year. I said, you just need to teach. You want to. That's where your heart is, So
Yep.
She is teaching a etching workshop, and then she's going to do a mini workshop with Ellie. They're going to combine and do a mini workshop. So that will be fun.
Yep.
And then we have Jean. Everybody loves Jean, and Jean is doing 2 workshops. And she was supposed to have surgery this month, maybe. Sorry, my mic came out. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So Jean was supposed to have surgery at the end of January, and she postponed it because I said,
oh, Jean. Well, that sounds like something I would do.
Last year. So Jean has postponed her surgery until April so that she has no complications and she can be at the event. I mean, so Jean is teaching 2 workshops. And then we have Miss Erin Reed, who will be remote, and she will be teaching 1 workshop. She taught the last 2 years, I think, remote. And then I asked Miss Pam Fisher-Hughes if she would come back. Everybody loves Pam. Pam did an ebook with us on rope baskets, and it is a bestseller. And she is a fabulous artist. I think Pam is, I want to say 78.
Yeah,
She lives about an hour from Julie, and her husband drives her over, and he stays and has lunch, and she does her thing. And last year, she's like, well, what would I even teach? I already taught how to do rope baskets and how to do, so we came up with something. And this year she said, well, I could do totes. And I said, Pam, I have been watching you. And you are now making these fabulous rag quilts. Yes. I said, do you want to do something with that? And she was like, oh my gosh, and I can do step outs, and I can do this. And she's so excited, and we're so excited and blessed to have her.
Yes.
So she is going to teach how to do rag quilts, which is fabulous. I am hoping to be making 18 of those rag quilts this year, because that is what I plan on giving each one of my grandkids for Christmas, along with pajamas. So I started on them, but
yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna be busy, girl.
But they're so beautiful. So that's what Pam is going to share. And so I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
And then we have Ellie Mae. Ellie Mae has taught the last 2 years remote, and she's coming in person.
Oh.
And she will be doing 2 workshops. And then Sarah Clark has been there the last 2 years. And I wasn't sure how we would fit everybody.
Yeah.
So I had originally asked her to teach remote, but she's coming. So we're just it's Julie has a big house and she's
Yes,
a
she does.
wonderful hostess, and there will be 9 of us
Wow.
inside that house.
That's a lot.
And then that's not counting people who are coming and going, but
Yeah.
and then of course we have Miss Lisa,
Yeah.
who will be teaching a workshop. She's teaching remote because she can't travel.
Yeah.
But we would love for her to be there someday.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's going to happen anytime soon, but
you never know. I mean,
we make this work, and but she's going to do a workshop this year. She didn't do one last year, but she will.
Yeah.
And then I am doing just some mini classes. I am including some stuff in the swag boxes to teach you guys something with that. I'm doing something with Amanda, and I'm not doing a full workshop because as it is, I had to write to the instructors who are coming into Julie's yesterday and say, what time are you guys getting here? I'm going to have to add a couple classes.
Yeah.
Because there's so many of us. I need to not have Friday be a 12-hour day of workshop. Which would be fine on my end, but I hate to have even the attendees.
Yeah, it makes for a long day. Yeah, it makes for a long day.
Yeah.
But we do what we got to do, right?
We do. And that will be some projects to create quilts for the grandchildren. Yes, Isabel, thank you.
That's what I told her, Isabel.
I'm doing this just in case it doesn't get done. But that is my plan. That is my plan. Becca, I'm using old Paper Pizzazz paper pad right now to make a card. I won it from the Carol Duvall show. I think that Paulette, she has such an eye for paper. Her paper, I mean, because I had my store, I always had hot off the press.
Right. Yeah, the bugs.
And that inside the store, but her papers are so gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, her paper, I mean, she just has that eye, which is lovely. Thank you, Isabel. That's so sweet. I do have shipments being delivered. I tried to get all of the swag shipped to my house before I left because I would be gone for 7 weeks. Some of the manufacturers weren't able to do that. And so things have been arriving, and I'm sending messages to my grandson who is taking care of our house. I said, okay, a package is coming this afternoon.
Yeah.
So he may be over at our house more than he thought, but I have packages coming in the mail, packages being delivered at the house, and he's just putting them all exactly where they need to go. So my goal this year is to use my older stash. Becca, that is why I am doing the rag quilts. I realized if something happens, nobody's going to use it. It's just going to all disappear. So I thought I need to put a lot of my stuff to good use.
Yeah.
Because I have more than enough fabric to do more than 18 quilts. I even have more than enough batting to do more than 18 quilts.
I have seen her sewing room.
And 18, because I have a grandbaby that's due in like 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's number 18. Holy smokes. I would not be able to remember all of their names, but I did that with my kids too. And I only had 2 kids, and I just got to the point where when I was talking to them, like when you're upset and you go, okay, Michael, stop that right now. Don't do that anymore. When they're little, right? They would be doing something and I would go, you right there. Don't do that anymore. Because I'm a nutcase. And that was in my
Well,
early days. I was young then, and I'm just
no, because my father did that. He'd say, Carrie, Nancy, Ann.
yeah,
I mean, he would say all three girls. Never my brother. Never did he ever say his name.
I know, right? Yeah.
Okay, so I put a link in here so you guys can go check out all of the instructors and their bios. Next week, I will have all of the workshops. I have that post almost done, but I'm waiting for a few key details. So next week, I will have all of the workshops. For those of you who have been to Bellicon in the past, you will get an email next Wednesday after the live, or maybe about 3 o'clock. It'll be sometime on Wednesday, because you guys get first dibs on registering because you have been devoted and come in the past. I want you guys to have the first chance at swag because there is only 125 available.
Yep.
And so you will
quick.
have that opportunity for 1 week because registration for everybody else won't go live until February 18th. So, and then I wanted to, when will instructor kits be available? They will have those available. Some of them have them ready now. But they won't be listed until everything goes live. The Facebook group will be created so that you guys can go into there right away. So if their kits are available, that information will be in there and it'll be added as I get more information. I know I would say 3/4 of the instructors are going to have kits available. Yeah. And a couple aren't just because of the nature of what they're doing.
Right.
Like Rebecca isn't going to have a kit, but we will have a link to her rice papers, so we'll try to provide whatever we can.
Yep.
Okay. So I wanted to tell you guys, because we're not busy enough, why Jules is only doing 1 workshop during Bellicon, because we're going to do an add-on to the event. So like I asked all of the instructors if they would stay an extra day. So Sunday we could sit and just network and be together and have time. So if I hadn't already asked the instructors to do that, we would do this add-on event on Sunday, but we're doing the add-on event on Monday, and it is called Bella Jewelry Con, and it's in black and white only because the printer I bought is a toner printer. There's no color. Otherwise, it would be beautiful in color. And so we're doing a 1-day jewelry event.
Yes.
Jules has been asking me to do this for a bit. And
yes, she has.
This was just the right time. So we're doing a small 1-day. If it goes over well, then in the fall, we'll do a much larger scale one.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun because there's going to be instructors that are new to a lot of you because they're jewelry instructors.
Yeah.
So I have been getting their headshots and their bios coming into me. And it's like, this is going to be exciting because Jules, she has been doing this for 30 years.
Yes.
40 years. And
she's the queen of jewelry crafts. I'm sorry, but I give her that title.
She is. And so we're excited to announce this first place we've announced it. I created the logo and showed it to Jules. Do you like this? I'm going to share it. So the tagline is "Where Beads and Makers Connect."
Yes, I love that.
Which is so appropriate. And For anybody who is attending BellaCon, the Jewelry Con will be an add-on and there will be a discount. And it's not even going to be that much because we're just trying it. And it will be fun.
Not the
Will the
discount
sign up
is
for the
gonna be
jewelry event be separately, or can we sign up with BellaCon? I have to, honestly, the program I use, I have to figure out how to do it as an add-on, but it will be, it will say, oh, you signed up for this. Would you like to sign up for this? So it would be one payment. I just have to figure that part out. I've never added on. I have all these things that are available to us, and we don't use a lot of what we pay for.
Yeah,
But
our
it will
programs.
be
Yeah.
after you purchase BellaCon, another page should open saying, or it'll be on the same page. Do you want to add this too? And you click a box, and I'll automatically add it. I just have to figure that end out, and I have to do it before next week. So
she'll get
there's
it
that.
done.
But I'm currently working on the page for the instructors for that event, and I'll announce all of them next week. Hopefully, a lot of them currently are at the Tucson Beach Show. So they can't get their information to me till they get home, which is next week.
But that's going to be fun though.
Yeah.
A day of jewelry crafts. That's going to be fun.
Yeah. So, because Jules said, do I have to do 2 for BellaCon? I said, no, you do 1. Although Jules, Chantal, and Eileen, I don't know if Eileen knows yet, but all 3 of them are going to do something together. I plan these things, yeah. I'm like, because Chantal has the perfect idea of a product you can use, and it's upcycling. Everybody has it.
Yeah.
Jules has the looming experience, and we're going to use Eileen's loom.
Oh, there you go.
So I want the 3 of them to each do their part, and it's going to just be a mini class, but yeah. So Jules will be doing that too.
It should be fun. I think we're going to have, well, I know BellaCon is going to be fun because it always is every single year. But, I think with the add-on with the Bella Jewelry Con, I think that's going to be amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun. Jules is she's a goofball like me. So,
well, I think for those of you that were there last year, she was trying to learn how to do squats because I told her it was good for her thighs and for her legs. No, it is, honestly.
I know.
A doctor told my mother this, who at the time was 92 years old and had fallen and broke her arm. And she was talking about, can you do this? And she was sitting there in a squatted position. I just kind of looked at her and I said, my mom's 92. And she said, can you do this? So I have learned. So I was teaching Jules how. Said, you need to do this every day. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good for your legs.
Yeah. See, for me, I would get down and then not be able to get back up.
But that's what I used to do. I'd have to turn and roll and get up.
Yeah. Oh, geez. You say hi.
I would take wellness tips from Anne. She doesn't stop.
She doesn't. I'm telling you.
No.
I'm telling you, she's like a machine, a crafting machine. I liked Becca said that she's waiting for me to go to BellaCon and then she'll go too. So Becca, that may be a while if it ever happens. I don't know.
Her husband would say she can only come if I'm there.
This is true.
And Amanda lives an hour from her, and Amanda said, you can fly with me.
Yes, I know.
See, and
it's not about that. I'm not afraid.
We're planting all the seeds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got for years.
Although it works really good this way because when I have to get offline because I'm having technical issues, Lisa's still on.
Yeah. Yeah, that does help. 'Cause, I get to be the audience warmer upper. You know how they do in shows where
Lisa will come when we go back to doing live events.
oh, that would be so much fun.
Yeah.
That would be so much fun. But that's a whole lot of people. Just saying.
Lisa will come and we'll have a stage and she'll never leave the stage.
Probably not, because I do love to talk.
Well, I meant you wouldn't get down and mingle.
Oh, yeah, no. I would have a mask on and she could be, don't breathe my way.
Becca said her husband would want to go. Maybe he and Rich can hang out together.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have actually pitched that to Rich.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just look at me and go, when your doctor gives you the okay, we'll talk about it. that's the answer that I get. Like,
That
all
is the
right.
reason I have met Rich in person, because
Yeah.
he used to come to the shows with her. And I met him in Chicago one year.
Yeah.
And she did end up getting sick.
Oh my God, that was awful. That was so awful. I don't know what I would have done if he wasn't there.
Yep.
I don't know what I would have done. I was so sick. It was horrible. And we had wanted to stay a few extra days in Chicago to do some sightseeing. And I'm sick as a dog, Ugh. So, yeah, I'm a little leery about stuff like that anymore.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, and it doesn't have anything to do with COVID. It's just the whole
no,
illness
it's
stuff.
your illness. It's all you. I mean, you
Yep. I got to protect me.
have a few issues. Little issues. But thank you, everybody, for letting me ramble on about BellaCon. I am so excited. And check out the post with the instructors, because they're fabulous. I mean, really, we're blessed to have so many great friends in the creative industry and all the people that love what they do.
I know, because it actually shines through their work.
Mm-hmm. Plus, besides this, we do have some sponsors who are going to do lives on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm having the remote people do their projects, so Friday and Saturday can be all in-house.
Right.
Although, like I said, I'm going to have a couple do theirs on Thursday, just so that time-wise. But we do have some sponsors who will either be doing a project or sharing tips, doing something live during the event. So that's always fun too.
Yeah. It's going to be a great event. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
You have to announce a winner from last week?
Oh, yes. Okay. So last week I did your stuff. So we're going to do an ebook.
Okay.
And, we'll give the winner the choice of,
whatever one they want.
Yeah. So the winner for this week is Kelly. And I think she's in here.
Oh, hey, Kelly. She was in here. Congratulations.
Yes. So Kelly, if you're still in here, head to the website, check out which ebook you would like, and then either private message me or Bella, on our Bella stuff, and I will make sure that you get that ebook. So yay.
Well, congratulations. And like, comment, and share with hashtag Bella Crafts to enter for next week's giveaway, which is from today.
Yes, we're going to give away next week. Because I did Gina today, we're going to give away one of her stamp sets.
Oh, fun.
So that will be fun. So, yeah. So, Kelly, if you're there, if not, I will get a hold of you. So, all right, you guys, will take care. Have a wonderful week. We will be back next week. Same time, same place.
We will.
We're going to be here. So until then, you guys have an amazing week. And don't forget to take some time to craft.
Because it's good for your soul.
It really is.
Thank
All right,
you
guys,
all.
take care. Have a great
Bye.
week.
Yeah.